Recording in progress.
What's up? Let's go. How you all doing?
Yo. Let's get the light.
We're
The
here.
light.
We're still here. How's everybody doing out there?
We haven't got canceled yet.
Bro.
Yet.
I'm just counting my seconds. I'm from a different dimension. I mean, I'm always been from a different dimension, but I'm definitely more from like the Rat Pack like era of, when men were men sort of thing. I'm still trying to convince my wife of that, but society has long since left me, man. Long since left me. Shit.
I went last night to the mall. So I didn't, if you want to laugh, I didn't know it was Christmas time. Like I did, but not till I got to the mall. I went to Dick's to get some fishing gear and some workout clothes. So I had to walk through the mall, right? Oh my God. It was crazy. Like it's like Sunday night, like 5 o'clock, mall closes an hour. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's the freaking Christmas time. People are there shopping, going crazy. And I'm like, these people are wild. Like bags and bags. And I'm like, I know they have no money.
Dude, it's getting I think it's getting serious. Like you see every day more and more layoffs being announced. I'm getting, everybody here is probably on LinkedIn out there. We have lots of colleagues. I have lots of people I've known for years and years in finance, great traders, great portfolio managers, great editors, research people that are like, oh, can you help me out? Can you help me out? So say an extra prayer this winter for your fellow man. Try to be a little bit less harsh. I think it's a bit of a tough environment out there, bro. Honestly, no joke.
It really is. I was talking to my sister last night, and apparently even like her kids in school, they don't even have the week of Christmas off. Is that wild? Like they're like, nah, screw your traveling. There's no you could travel. They have the week off for January. So the first of the year. Wow, right? Like remember Christmas break?
We got it. I got in-laws coming. I got God,
I don't have any of that.
Oh, I do. I sneak out though. I sneak out when they get here, and I go do a little bit of like a pre-Christmas poker tournament at the Hard Rock, sort of. Not Chris. Like a couple days before Christmas Eve, I'll go out and have I'll have a Iron Chic night, and I'll blow it out at the Hard Rock and play some high limit hold'em with some game. Because all these people come into town, like not everybody's into like Christmas. Some people are just partying over the break.
Do you bring anyone, or do you just go by yourself?
Oh, I go solo, man. I'm not there to make friends. I'm not there to make friends at all.
It's like, hey, first thing, hey, how are you? Let's have morning coffee. No, I'll be at the Hard Rock at 7.
Well, I told my wife, I'm like, if you wanted to keep it copacetic, because we a little bit have different political views, the in-laws and myself. If you want to keep it cool,
Oh,
holidays,
yeah.
I have to be a little bit. I have to be a little bit scarce. It can't be full time. It has to be part time. It's better for everybody. So
that's smart. So me and Jeff were talking even before, and we're like, man, there ain't much going on in the markets. Like it feels like. So I was actually, and I'm still in very bullish going into Q1 of 2023. But it feels like even the markets are like on Christmas break. Like there's just no volume. We had Friday's dump of about 30 points in the S&P, like right before the close. It's just, we're trickling higher today.
Well, think about it, dude. Like everybody was expecting. So we had that pretty decent rally off Jay Powell being a little bit dovish at his speech at Brookings Institute a little over a week ago, and then like the Nasdaq just gave it all right back. So I think like bigger money players are kind of just like, screw 2022. I'm done with this shit. I'm done trying to get the momentum going. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm going to go into 2023 with some more cash. I'm going to nibble. So you don't have like, there's people like us, there's traders, there's hedge fund people. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the big money players, the Vanguards of the world. Those kind of portfolio managers are like, forget it, dude. I'm going to come into 23 with some cash and then we'll see what happens.
But it's not fun for us junkies. No, there's not much to do.
No, you got to bet on the World Cup, bro. That's where the action is. Did you see?
Well, but they're killing people. Dude, that was some wild stuff, wasn't it? another guy got killed yesterday.
Well, I don't know if he got killed. His wife. This is fun. This is where I get a little bit tinfoiled hat. His wife, the journalist, I think is who you're talking about, Grant Wall, the soccer journalist that died. His wife is is an infection specialist that worked under Fauci and works in the White House. Yeah, she's one of these people. And so he's probably been vaxxed like 18 times, 19 times at this point.
Still
I don't know. I don't know. The guy was in the clinic for having respiratory issues and this and that. You would think with all the vaccines the guys had got.
Well, his heart's probably exploding.
I don't know, dude. Lots of young people are just going, it's a treacherous time. And then you see China. Who this was my favorite. A month ago, these dudes were welding people into their apartments, right?
Yeah.
They're welding people into their apartments because like COVID is the worst thing ever and they have a zero COVID policy. The head of the health services department for the Chinese Communist Party comes out last night and goes, "Oh, it's the same thing as the flu, Omicron." Talk about a 180. The same thing as the flu. Yeah, we know. Duh, yeah. But come on, man. They're not even playing. They're not even pretending anymore. Like this hasn't been like a bit of a scam on some level. I'm not saying people didn't die. I'm not saying it's not terrible for your 90-year-old like great grandma. That's terrible for people that are compromised. But now that there's this full thing, this full about face now because of all this pressure, kind of funny.
Did you see Musk prosecute Fauci? He's like,
Fauci?
he's got his pronouns and
I mean, he's becoming a bigger hero to me every day.
He was on Rogan drinking. I think Friday they were drinking some whiskey, and Musk was, he's out there telling the truth now, which he doesn't even care anymore.
He's the most dangerous man in the world. I don't know how he must have a security detail like no other. I feel like he's gonna get I feel like this guy's got to watch out for that Clinton mafia hit job that's coming his way because he's the most dangerous guy in the world right now. The stuff
I was telling a friend, I was like, yeah, I might get my mom the Tesla SUV for Christmas or her birthday. It depends on when I could get one in.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if it's even cool to own a Tesla anymore because Musk, I don't even know if, because, all the left people don't like him anymore. So I was like, I don't even know if it's cool anymore.
It's a good car. I think part of the reason, do you hear me now? Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Part of look, they make great electric. The reason they have all the market share.
What makes the best electric vehicle?
Oh, 100%. All the other ones are just like Lucid, about to, trying to raise more money. The Tesla killer. You had Fisker with a short report the other day. Rivian canceled their thing with Benz. They're in so much debt.
I had
all
Lucid
the EV
puts.
makers are.
I had
BS.
Lucid
as a short. I had Lucid as a short.
Pull up Lucid
and link trades.
What is it now? $8?
Yeah.
$9?
They might be a zero in 2023. We should look at that in a minute, but we just want to let people know this is probably going to be our last Crush the Open in 2022. Monday, yep. Christmas Monday, the market's closed. Next week, we have like a big company-wide meeting sort of thing going on. And we are trying to figure out ways to make this much better. We've got massive plans in 2023 for y'all. I think that you guys like what we do, Lance and I in particular, together. And we're going to go much harder in that direction next year.
And much more active trading. We'll get off Zoom. None of this, format that looks like a boring work call. I mean, I'll be honest. I hate going on Zoom. I feel like I'm on a work call from 2 years ago or something. Like,
Well, when they try to get us to go on these hours, I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me. I don't drink on the internet. You want to come drink with me? You know where I'm at. Text me.
We're trying to get it like a real show, like a show you watch on TV, not a Zoom. So we're working on that. We got people on the team who are who are smarter than us on the back end to do it all. But we want to have more active trade ideas, not the boring like, hey, what's a good stock for the next year? Did Jeff get kicked off?
I'm here, but I don't know what happened with my. I don't know why the hell my video just went dead. Let's try it again. There I am. All right, sorry.
I thought someone got canceled. John,
tell us
Joe's from St. Augustine, the most haunted city in the world.
he's telling us no politics, yet he's watching. This is not our first episode. You know how we talk. You know how we do. I had a guy telling me that I had like this really sanctimonious, judgmental old guy that met me at one event. Yeah, he was like, I'm better than you, sort of vibe he was giving me. And I was like, okay, he was like an old guy. So I give my respect to the elders. It's just how I was raised. And he was giving me this whole thing about cussing sometimes. I'll put some curse words in there. That's how people from New York talk. You can use the F word in like as a preposition, as a pronoun, as a verb. You know.
Jeff, you're not going to star in the next Disney movie.
Right. So I'm not going to start in the next Disney movie. So I'm thinking to myself, like, if this dude ever been to like actual Wall Street and listen to how it sounds, like he would probably have he would faint on the floor and they would have to take him out, give him CPR. So I was like, all right, I can change who I am for like the sensibilities of other people, or I can keep doing the shit I want to do. And I was like, thank you for your advice, sir. He's like, well, I would never buy your products because you cuss. And I was like, I think I'm going to be all right, but I appreciate your advice. So that's where we're at.
Oh, too funny.
Anyways, let's
right.
look at some markets. Let's look at the markets. So this week we've got CPI and we've got the scammer in chief, Jay Powell. Yeah,
the
he's on
scammer
Wednesday.
in chief. That's beautiful.
He's a
scammer in chief.
He's a scammer in chief, and he's coming Wednesday with his usual dog and pony show to try to be the center of the attention. The guy's a prima donna. I don't like that. Like, it's like a referee that throws a flag on every play.
But Yellen was the same thing. Oh, let me go on stage, do my hair, and talk how I look like a bird. And
you ever watched a football game, Lance? You ever watched a football game where you're like, I came here to watch the players play. I didn't come here to watch you throw a flag and talk after every down just to hear yourself talk. And that's how I feel this guy is with the markets. I feel like he's a little bit of a me person, and he needs to be in the center of it all the time. And I don't like it, but I don't know if that's politics for you. It's just my take. Anyways, he's coming Wednesday.
They're supposed to be independent, though. Right?
What? Say that?
Fed's supposed to be independent, not a political whatever. Go ahead. The Fed
CPI. So this matters because we don't have anything else doing. Like normally it'd be like, okay, let's look at earnings. I mean, we could look at the earnings. There's a couple of companies, but
there ain't nothing.
Say what?
Yeah, there's really no earnings. I mean,
yeah. So we got the CPI tomorrow morning, and last time the CPI came out, it was weaker than expected, and the market went just ape shit. Remember that day? It was up like
what, a great day.
4 or 5%. So it's something we got to pay attention to. I think the pendulum swung a little bit back in the other direction, and people are looking for blue skies, and there might still be inflation, which could be problematic. But again, I don't think it's going to move as much either way because I think people are kind of just burnt out at this point.
I agree. I actually, so this is going to sound very millennial perma bullish, but I truly believe inflation is coming down. Thank you. I mean, if you really look at things, though,
no, it is.
You're starting to have gas come down, but you're starting to have all the other asset classes. Obviously crypto, Bored Apes, we're all 80 celebrities are getting sued. The Rolex market, the luxury car market, everything's starting to come down. So that is a good thing.
True. It's not really it's coming down a little. I mean, it stopped going up. I'll give you, it stopped going up a lot.
It's not going up.
I don't think it's revert. Like, people are looking for it to reverse and roll back.
You'll never pay like $2 for a carton of eggs anymore.
That's what I'm saying. So now we're in a situation where okay, it's stopped going crazy because this is not Venezuela. It's still a first world country, but we have other problems now, right? We have, layoffs across the board. We have earnings coming down. I think earnings are going to be the, weak earnings or not weak, but I think people guiding lower in 2023 is going to be the story of 2023.
Yeah, but don't you think they just set expectations so low that setting up for next year, they could finally beat them and stuff like that?
I don't even think the recession has really hit hard yet. I think it's just starting. So I think that becomes kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Certain sectors.
But by the time we're in a recession, the market will already start moving higher.
That's true. That's true.
Forward looking. So like to give you an example, everyone listening, all these people. So, beginning of the year, through the last, I don't know, 6 to 8 months, Jeff especially has been very bearish on the,
And I'm
the
not
world.
always. I'm waiting for a back up the truck moment in the market. I don't think we're
He's-
there yet, but it's when it's there. I'm going to tell you to call your Uncle Louie and ask him for a home equity line and back the Brinks truck up and just go long and stay long. A lot of like investor style for a long-term period of time. But I don't think we're there yet.
But a lot of people past, beginning of the year, past 6 to 8 months, were bullish. Buy stocks, everything's great. There's no inflation. There,
Where do we hear
here's the
that?
top 5 stocks. Here's a great.
Where do we hear that? I wonder where I heard
Here's
that.
a great stock. Here's a great disruptor. Some great tech. All that BS, right?
Yeah.
Well, now
Jim
those
Cramer
same
shit.
people
Mhm.
who were all bullish and no, everything's fine. Look at the economic numbers. Now all those people are bearish, right?
Oh, yeah.
So when they turn bearish, that's why I'm actually becoming so bullish.
I like
especially
where you're at.
And next year, because all those people who flip now from bullish to now they're all bearish out there. Like Kramer's a great example. Kramer's been bearish on Nvidia. I think he even shorted it down in you pull up Nvidia there, like in the 114s, 120s. And I bought a crap load of Nvidia in my retirement account. Now the stock's 170.
Yeah.
So there's just a great contrarian play out there that when all these people start getting bearish, it's usually a start. When you go talk to your neighbor, you go talk to a friend at the golf or the grocery store, and they say, "Hey, yeah, the stock market's really bad right now." It's usually a great time to start buying.
I don't think you're wrong about that, but I think that there's going to be we're going to be in a situation where you're going to be able to get, yield. You're going to be able to get yield on your savings and not have to buy stocks like this.
Dude, one of my guys from RJ hit me up Friday and he goes, "Hey, I got a money market account. I could probably get you in. It's supposed to be for like X amount of money."
Yeah.
But for 4%.
That's what I'm saying.
That's money market.
But that's what dude, like, I think you were still probably in high school, but I had money market accounts that would yield like 6-7% in the early 2000s. I'm telling you. That's normal life. That's what it's supposed to be when you're in this kind of environment. That's normal. That's normal.
But I was like,
supposed to be
4%. I even thought, I was like, shit, I'll put, for liquid money.
Well, look at this. Look at that. Yeah, I love liquidity is at a premium right now, dude. Liquidity is everything right now. Look at this though. This is a problem. Is charts like this. There's upside, but But if you take a longer step backwards, if you take look how much like this. You're gonna tell me that Tesla couldn't trade sub $100? Of course you can. Why couldn't it?
Especially if Kathy goes under. If she
This
keeps
is a
buying
big part of the
more
market,
coins.
man. It's a $500 million market cap, which is still got a 50 PE. These guys still
crazy,
have
right?
away. I know everyone. I like Tesla. I like Musk. I think he's a genius. You hear me fanboying over Musk, but they still got a 55 PE in a non-growth environment. That's why he's out there a lot. Sorry?
What's Roku's PE right now? Just curious. Remember, Roku was what, a $300 stock at one point?
Roku.
Maybe even more.
This is a company that does not need to exist. Every TV comes with their technology at this point.
Right.
Why would you buy a Roku stick? Just buy a new fucking TV. Sorry, I cursed.
What was it? 300, 220? No, go back further.
The $500 stock.
God, it was
last year.
Oh, dude, I still remember, and I had a buddy open up a hedge fund, young guy, early
77%.
Gosh, and thinking, it was the easiest year ever, crushing in 2021. Then he got into NFTs. He left stocks to get into NFTs and crypto. He's gone. No profile on the internet, nothing. Completely gone from the world. Lost everything.
It's a shame.
It's a hard lesson, Obviously, if you lost money, during this whole come down, a lot of people did, but at the same time, you can only party at the club so long and drink champagne and do,
this is kind of bullish
so much.
This is kind of a bullish thing for stock. This 2 years, so short-term rates, if we can, and I know you don't care about rates too much, but it kind of matters. If we can get this, if you start to see like a collapse in short-term rates under 4% again, like 35 basis points lower, that's going to be rocket fuel for growth stocks. Kathy
Yep.
might even get a bid on that.
Yep.
So I'm watching that closely because this is a bearish looking chart on yields anyways, coming a little bit lower. But this stock can't get out of its own way. Look at this stock, dude. How many false starts does this stock have?
Well, she's just horrible at picking stocks, a horrible trader. But I do think there is, you know, if we get a rotation into growth stocks, I do think you look at names like Shopify, you know, which has been in the shitter. I think, you know, Shopify, I think you start looking at like Unity Software, Roblox. You know, I think even to be honest,
Roblox.
even names like Amazon and stuff like that, you know, I know they've been around now for a while, but a lot of these stocks out there that have came down, once
That's
they
a
get
bad
momentum,
chart. That's a
isn't
bad
it
chart.
horrible, right?
That's the problem. Like, so you got to get strength from somewhere. I'll show you something I've been really wrong about. Oil.
Crude. I've
Yep.
been pretty bearish on crude, thank God. But I'm bullish on natty gas.
Got to admit when you're wrong, dude. All of us are wrong.
But
sometimes.
everyone I get trade alerts from, guess what? They're all long.
What?
Oil.
Yeah.
All the big oil names.
Look at these days. 1, 2,
Horrible.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight days down. It's pre-Ukraine levels now, dude. Look at this. They invaded in February last year.
Oil and the people thinking oil's on a rebound. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. I really don't see a bull case for oil. Inflation coming down. That's why I like tech growth stocks so much. I really do, because I think you're going to have rotation out of oil names, right? They had a fantastic year, but everyone the past couple months have been, you know, bullish and wrong on them. And I think you're going to get some of the growth stocks. Obviously, you've had a nice move in China stock.
I'm going to show everybody something pretty cool right now. We're going to do a spread between growth and value. Watch this. I'm nerding out here. So if you've been long growth,
oh God,
and short value,
and short what?
Value. So S&P growth versus S&P value. Starting to turn a little bit, but still down 22% in a year. But look at 5 years. This was up at 87% at one point. But let's go out even longer. Let's go back 10 years. This was 200% outperformer. It's about giving up half of its winnings. So long growth since 2012 has been 225%.
Wow.
And value has been 122%.
Value has been what?
122% return since 2012 until now. So about half, right?
You know, value has been doing very well lately. You know,
Yeah.
obviously your healthcare name, stuff like that, just absolutely phenomenal. But I do like the move into growth. I don't want to say we're gonna have a party into junk stocks again and the high, you know, PE and growth names, but I do think some of the names that got crushed, they're gonna accelerate the fastest to the upside.
They got to squeeze.
Oh, you're long boil? You're a leverage junkie. How do you not love it?
So who do we have this week? We have Lennar on the 14th. Oracle, I guess, is a decent sized company still to report.
Yeah, Oracle. I got some calls on Oracle, so I would like to see that go up. I'm already up about 20-25% now. I like Oracle. The old cap tech, your Oracle,
That's a great
your
chart.
IBM, your Cisco.
That's a great chart. That's a great chart.
Yeah,
compared to what we were looking at earlier for Amazon.
Yeah.
This is a great chart. But if you look at, you know, if we can juxtapose it here in just a second, this stock was never as hyperbolic, man. Like I'll compare it to Amazon.
Broke out of a short-term downtrend, a long-term uptrend.
Much better looking chart.
Even
than
IBM.
Amazon.
Look at IBM.
Look at Amazon. This is the blue one is Amazon. So Amazon, look at this thing.
What's
Amazon,
the PE and Oracle.
PE and Oracle. Hold on.
I'm curious.
22. That's why.
Look at that.
It's low PE. It's in line with the market. It's only down 8% this year.
It's nothing.
Nothing.
That's very strong. And you get a nice divvy in it. You know, it's a
So we've been in a year. I look like this is since could be our last episode of the year.
probably
We've been in a year where they've just taken froth out and shot it in the head. Ponzi scheme stocks, crypto Ponzi, anything that doesn't have like
EV
true,
Ponzi.
yeah, has been shot in the head, has been shot in the actual head.
But it
But this
had
is
to.
not a Ponzi stock. This is a 22 PE company that has a $215 billion market cap, which still makes going to make $49 billion a year in 2023 in revenue. You know, I think a lot of people are watching us right out there and be like, wow, Jeff still knows like fundamentals too. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You have to know everything. That's the key. You have to follow everything because you never know when that's what matters. The lesson is you never know when what is driving stock prices, why that is. So you have to kind of be a little bit of a student of everything, I think. Anyways, teachable moment, right? So we've got, you're still here, Lance?
Next, we're gonna start talking about IBM, gang.
We're just
I
here for
think
the
everyone's long oil stocks in the chat because everyone keeps talking about oil and they're probably all down money.
There's gonna be a pretty good bounce. I think you can use that bounce to scale out though. I think you kind of have to at this point. But oil's telling you that there's gonna be a worse recession than people anticipate also. So that's another way
That is true.
to
That
look
is
at
true.
the other side of the coin. So we're coming up in the last couple of minutes of this episode. Let's use that to talk about what the plans are. We want to kind of get some feedback other than like, you know, telling us what to wear and how
What's
to
the
talk.
best weekly option, you know?
What do you guys love? What do you guys want us to do more of 2023? We're asking
Yeah, what do you
all,
guys
right?
what do you
Type it
guys
in the
like
chat.
trading and want to hear about? You guys want weekly option junkie picks? I got all those all day long. When is it down 9 days, good for a technical bounce? Well, we saw that Friday and look what happened at the close, right? So, you know, we're already selling off here from the highs and the spoos. More swearing and politics, short-term trading. Well, I got you there. I am in oil.
Weekly option junkie picks. You see that? That's actually something there.
Weekly
that we're talking
option. Oh, we got you. Good. We like that, Chris. Weekly option junkie. Have a different focus each day of the week. Listen, we're not doing this every day of the week. We're gonna need some bigger checks for that. Michelle, Michelle, we will honor your requests. We like you a lot. Keep giving us great trading. Oh, another one. Hello, RH. Weekly option picks. What's your weekly option pick? Let's do one junkie pick before we one lotto ticket. If you had $100, Jeff, to put on something this week to make your $100 is going to go to zero or potentially, you know, we can't say it will double, triple, but we'll say the best ROI potential or go to zero. What would give me a name? And
oh yeah, I would buy like PDD. I'd buy like a Chinese internet put. I'd buy PDD or like Baba or something like that puts.
So now you hate the China stocks.
Well, I mean, everything is sucked in, like all the good news possible. Like
they're already down, by the way.
G kind of. I mean, compared to what they've been up.
Oh, they're down $2 pre-market. Pardon me.
Yeah, I mean they're down, but they're probably going to still be trading at a premium to their close in China. Now you've had like every possible like you've had every bit of good news that you're going to get out of this trade. Like this guy's done everything but stopped short of like going to people's houses and kissing babies and like fucking in children and putting them to bed. This stock could easily trade back down below $80 like this week. You ask me, what's yours? Now it's on you.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk my book, obviously, because I got Jan calls, but I'll give people
but that's outside of that. I wouldn't ever do that because it's such a wild trade. I might do it for burn notice for like for a day, but that's not like something I do. It's too crazy. But go ahead.
The stock on my book is Comstock, CRK. It used to be, I think, a Jerry Jones stock, if I recall. So that's my name for Natty.
Yeah.
So
wow.
CRK. I got Jan 15 calls, which I'm down money. So obviously I'm talking my book. Just a heads up.
I like that.
Full disclosure. You know, maybe we get a thing there. But if I had another junkie pick that's not part of my book, I would probably say, God. Oh, and there's the market. Oh, I got a trade. So there we go.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you all we appreciate you. Let me start by saying that. We appreciate
Yes, we
you
do,
guys.
we do.
Thank you for joining us every week and listening to us and participating with us. And yeah, we're going to be back hitting it hard in 23. And I think you're going to see a lot more of us working together because
Yes, for
we enjoy,
sure.
we have a similar style, similar approaches to the market.
Yeah.
And I think you guys like that. I think you guys like the short term, real time, real stuff. That's
Yeah.
good.
And let's make some money. Let's go Microsoft because I'm down money.
All right, boys. All right. Thank you, Lance.
Peace.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great
You'll
week.
get wiretaps in about a little bit. Let's see if we can sell some Microsoft. All right. Awesome. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. If someone could get maybe test. Wow, market bid out the wazoo. Okay. Someone could get testimonials in the chat.